Hey guys, welcome to Sam Society. Today I am doing a cleanup, a deep clean of my kitchen. This is one of the many things that I want to do in the house before I have baby number 2. So I want everything to be clean, taken care of, so I don't look around and see a bunch of things that need to be done. I've already done the kitchen clean. It took me about 3 days, probably not like 3 total days. They were spaced out between when my son was at school, when he was at his grandmother's, or if he was, there's a fuzz on my computer, on my camera, or when I just had time to do it. Instead of doing like house cleaning one Saturday morning, I did it. So I did it in between things. It's also nice outside now, so we've been working on a lot of outside things. So if it was nice out, we did stuff outside. It did rain for a while, so we had a few days where I could do stuff then. So anyway, it's been spaced out, and you know, kitchen gets used a lot, especially if you stay at home. Several meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner here, so I had to clean up in between each of those and then re-record. I was pretty sure you didn't want to see my dishes in the sink and my food on the counters. So I did a lot of things. I will show you the list of all the things I wanted to get done. I've gotten done everything on the kitchen list, and I've started on the dining room. So let me show you the list. All right, let's see. Can we get this to focus? All right, so I made this list probably like, it may have been before I even got pregnant, things that I wanted to do because the kitchen was just driving me nuts. It's the first room that you walk into in our house if you use the side door. So people that know, I typically use the side door. So I really wanted this stuff taken care of. It's a high traffic area. So I wanted to paint the trash can holder. I wanted to paint the scuffs on trim and doors, which I think I wrote on there twice. Clean under the fridge. Gray paint on the dining room wall, which I have not fixed yet. Corner cabinet paint, that's also in the dining room. Haven't done that yet. Corner cabinet hinges and knobs, again, that's the dining room, so that's my next one. Paint the door scuffs, that's on there twice. The shelves on the trash can, and then clean under the oven. I also wiped down all of the cabinets. I cleaned all the stainless steel. I moved and cleaned underneath of the oven, and then also cleaned out inside. We've cleaned out inside the pantry. We moved stuff out. So we've done a lot of things on the list, plus a few things more. We turn back around. So, I feel really good about where the kitchen is. The only thing I have left to do in here is to do a deep clean of the floor, which I want to do because typically I just Swiffer through here really fast. I want to like scrub the grout and just give it like a really good deep cleaning because, again, it's a high traffic area, so I'm sure it's pretty dirty. I don't know, like a Swiffer doesn't get in between the grout, you know what I mean? Like the squares on the ground. So anyway, without me continuing to talk, because this has been long enough, let's get right into the cleaning. Thank you. Hey everybody. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a voiceover, not throughout the whole video, but I know sometimes when I'm watching cleaning videos, I like to hear what people are doing, especially if I'm not watching the whole time, but I'm cleaning along with the person who's cleaning on the video, because they are super motivational. I find them motivational. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I just like to listen to music, but this music's kind of chill, so I thought it would be cool to do a little bit of a walkthrough, some of the things that I'm doing while I'm doing the deep clean. So I went literally through the entire kitchen, as you probably know from the checklist I went through already, unless you skipped that, which I don't blame you if you don't want to listen to me talk for 3 minutes. Although now you're listening to me talk anyway. Okay, so anyway, I'm filling up my water bottle right now. I know, very exciting. And I'm just using a little bit of method cleaner in with my water. I'm not a huge fan of this smell, so I figured I would just use it to wipe down all the cabinets. You like how I base my cleaning products and whether I like them or whether they smell good or not. So I just use that with some warm water and wipe down all the cabinets. And I'm using my nice 99 cents or $1 IKEA trash can as a bucket because I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I can never find my buckets. Where do they go? They just disappear. I'm constantly feeling like I need new buckets for cleaning. So I wiped down all the cabinets. So on top of the microwave was not the cleanest area in the world. I even wiped down the wall above there because it is right near the stove. So I guess it gets warm up there and dust collects up there. So all that got wiped down. And then after I wiped, I dried as well, just so there wouldn't be watermarks on things. So yeah, right now I'm just wiping down all the cabinets. I'll be quiet for a little while. Yet because I've moved on to the window, in case you're wondering. So I'm just wiping down the window frame, getting rid of any dust that's there, and then I'm going to move along and I'm going to wipe down this cabinet. There's actually a bare top above this, so I wanted to get any dust that had collected in there wiped out, and then that plant that's hanging over the sink is what sits up on top of there. Although recently, I think because it's so high and I didn't reach up to put water in it, that little plant didn't last. It was just a little plant water that I had clipped from a clipping in my living room. So that was sad. But now I am again just going through, and I think I'm wiping down all of the bottom cabinets. Yes, I am wiping down all the bottom cabinets with my method cleaner and my water. That was my serious face right there. That's me adjusting the camera. I feel like I adjust this camera a lot. Like I'm constantly going over and making sure that I'm either in screen or in focus. Maybe that's something that I get better with time. We'll see. So I'm still wiping down cabinets. And then I think I'm going to switch this over to the refrigerator area next, which is pretty exciting. The refrigerator, I was told by someone who came over, I think we had an architect come and do drawings for our second floor dormer addition that we're putting on, and he said that anybody that's over 6'2" or 6'3", I can't remember what he said, but they can see on top of refrigerators. So they can see all like the dust and anything that you've accumulated on top of your refrigerator. You like how this video is full of fun facts? So I do actually wipe down the top of our refrigerator. I won't say frequently, but I will say at least like once every 2 to 3 months probably, because I know that it gets dirty up there, and a lot of times we leave soda bottles up there from parties and they just sit, or excess things end up there like candy. Sometimes we'll stick it up there and it just sits. So when I clear that stuff out because I get sick of looking at it, then I typically just wipe it down. Keith is here. You can see his little face in the corner over there. Him and Brody must have just gotten back from his music lessons. That little piece of paper over there on our refrigerator is actually where I track my daily chores, so the things that I do daily, the things that I do weekly, and then it also has our dinner menu on it and a place to write down groceries that we might need. So I love that little tracker. I made that little guy. I won't say that I use it every week, but it's definitely helpful to feel like you've accomplished something by crossing something off. So I do use that. I did clear out the pantry and got rid of some things that had either been expired or whatever the case was, and then organize that as well. This little trash bin and / coffee station, which sounds horrible to put trash and coffee in the same sentence, but I made this a couple years ago with leftover wood that I had from something else. I don't know what. I'm a wood saver. Anybody else a wood saver? I love to save excess wood. My husband hates it. But I made this, and the challenge was that it was leftover wood. So it was like bowed pieces of wood that weren't exactly straight. So it made it a really challenging project. But I had never went back over and like repainted it to make sure that it was painted really well. I had like painted part of it and then I stopped, and then I came back and painted another part. So I just wanted to give it a good cleaning because it is where we collect our trash, and then also another good painting, because I feel like whenever there are chips and things, For instance, we have hardwood doors. They're the original doors to our house. Inside, so all of our closet doors, all of our bedroom doors, they're original wood. So we repainted them, or we painted them for the first time maybe a year and a half after we moved in here. And whenever that wood starts to show through, I feel like it looks dirty. Like our house starts to look dirty. So I've had to go through and I've started sanding down some of the doors and giving them another coat of paint, and they just look so much better. You can see on the kitchen door down at the bottom, to the side door down there, you can see that some of the paint's chipped off of there, and that drives me absolutely nuts. So I want to slowly make my way through the house and repaint that. Same thing with our trim. It's like we get these little areas where the paint chips off because it was wood and they had put some kind of lacquer on it, and even though we wiped it down and we deglossed it and everything, it still will come through. We should have used an oil-based paint, but I absolutely loathe oil-based paints because I'm really bad at cleaning up after myself when it comes to that kind of stuff, because I'll push myself to the end of the project and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel like cleaning this. With water-based, you just rinse it out, so I can get myself to do that. But with oil-based, it's just so much more effort. So anyways, that was a long rant about paint, but I'm just painting over all the edges. It's a Behr paint. It's just the same Behr paint that we used on our door. It is I want to say it's the one that's the higher, like the more expensive brand of Behr, but I'm not positive if I use that for trim or not. I know we definitely use it when we paint the rooms and when we do the ceilings, but I'm not sure if I use it on the trim also. So I'll link it in the description bar below, but you'll see that I also paint over like the hinges or the little door openers, what are they called? The little drawer pulls. And I just wipe that off later with some cleaner and it comes right off. It's fantastic. Or a Clorox wipe, I'll wipe that off with and it'll just come right off. For me, it's easier just to do that than it is to take everything off and put everything back on, because sometimes if you have a kid, you probably know this, you don't get everything done in the same day. So alright, I'm just painting. I think from here I move on to painting the door, and then I guess I'll talk to you a little bit. Not only are they like capri sweatpants, but they also give me a constant wedgie. But they are my favorite, most comfortable pants. As you can see, I now have paint on the behind, so I won't be wearing them out anywhere. But don't get me wrong, I will still wear those things to Home Depot if I need to. And I will also wear them for cleaning because they're my favorite. So I'm painting the door, I'm taking off the hardware. I do take off the doorknob here. And I didn't actually finish everything in this video because I felt like it was so long. So I hope you come back and check us out for the part 2 of the deep clean with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks, bye!